been able to watch all season. Here we go. Pace cars off the track. We're going back to the Geico restart zone. Green flag. A little bit of bumping right there in the beginning. Jockeying for position 86 is Shane Cochran's trying to fight his way out to the front. Number 8 creating a decent gap for himself, able to get up there. He's going to be running his own race here in a moment. They get final lap. No more cautions for this. Austin, here we go. Last time around, Richmond. 8 battling it out with the 71.
This is it. Definitely not the podium finishers that we were expecting 5 laps ago. But here we are.
Not at all. And the number 8 takes it home. I told you we were going to get a new winner tonight, Austin. I knew it. Tyler K. And that was my pick as well.
That's
crazy.
What do we got?
Are they going to make contact?
Is it Bolton?
Oh!
Bolton's gonna
Oh!
Bolton.
Oh, no!
Bolton.
What?
Outlaw! 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 Outlaw!
That is mind-blowing.
That was a hell of a race there, boys.
Looks like Tyler K and Kenneth Gallman are going to be battling it out for the restart here at Richmond for the Down and Out 175. This has been one of the most exciting races we've been able to watch all season. Here we go. Pace cars off the track. We're going back to the Geico restart zone. Green flag. A little bit of bumping right there in the beginning. Jockeying for position 86 is Shane Cochran's trying to fight his way out to the front. Number 8 creating a decent gap for himself, able to get up there. He's going to be running his own race here in a moment. They get final lap. No more cautions for this. Austin, here we go. Last time around, Richmond. 8 battling it out with the 71.
This is it. Definitely not the podium finishers that we were expecting 5 laps ago. But here we are.
Not at all. And the number 8 takes it home. I told you we were going to get a new winner tonight, Austin. I knew it. Tyler K. And that was my pick as well.
That's
crazy.
What do we got?
Are they going to make contact?
Is it Bolton?
Oh!
Bolton's gonna
Oh!
Bolton.
Oh, no!
Bolton.
What?
Outlaw! 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 Outlaw!
That is mind-blowing.
That was a hell of a race there, boys.
3 wide for the lead. There goes Thompson to the bottom. Can he get there? Oh, I thought he had Boyd cleared. He does not. Griffin's going to get the run back on the outside. They're still 3 wide, though, all the way down the backstretch. Oh, there's contact between Boyd and Griffin. Can he save it? He does. Incredible save by Jamie Griffin in the 5. Does it look like Thompson came up and Boyd maybe reacted to that and jumped up into Griffin? Why don't we go back and take a look?
2 laps to go here at Kansas for the Outlaw Performance 150, ladies and gentlemen. 32 diving down low on the 95. We're going to have a battle on the final lap here. Here we go, 32, 95 side by side. No more yellow flags, just straight horsepower. Here we go, back through the backstretch. Let's see who's going to take this one home. I'm hoping they keep it as clean as possible. 32, looks like he's got to slow down a little bit. 48 down low. 32. Oh, is he able to get it? No, the 95 clutches the win. Dustin Haynes is able to take it home here at Kansas. Looking forward to seeing what these guys got.
Sun's going down and the rig is on. iRacing is where I belong. Discord's lit and the drivers are here. This is GEC, there's no room for fear. Green flag drops and the engines roar. 40 cars and we all want more. Mash the gases, we're on the line. 4 wide and we're feeling fine. Drifting close in a slipstream dance. Taking the corners in a high-speed trance. Tri-oval side by side in this GEC League. There's nowhere to White flag need a perfect lap. All gas, no brakes to close that gap. Checkered waves in the racing world. Another battle is over and done. Cheers to the booth, hope you like the show. Victory lane is all
Welcome to the Chicagoland Speedway here with the GEC eNASCAR League. We've got the Collateral Damage Sports Network Truck Series ready to take this track by storm. Week 3 of Season 8 is about to get underway. We're wrapping up qualifying right now, about 2 minutes to go. As usual, up in the booth, I'm Shane Cochran. Tonight, joining me is going to be Lee Kiernan, and then our special guest, Jess Childs. How you all doing tonight?
Yeah, doing really well. Looking forward to another great race. We've had 2 great races, and Jessica, great to have you up in the booth here tonight.
Well, thanks, guys. I'm excited to be up here and think we're going to have a great race tonight.
Yeah, so let's take a look at our race rundown. As I mentioned, this is race number 3 in this season. The Windy City Whirlwind 184. Don't check our math on that. I think it's actually closer to 190. But we got the race distance off pre-race. It says 120. I think it's actually 125. So it's going to be 125 laps. Again, no stages this season for our GEC NASCAR League. 5 additional tire sets, up to 3 green-white checkers if we need them, and that fuel window is going to be somewhere between 33 and 35 laps. Really depends on if you're able to stay with a pack and get the draft, or if you're all by yourself in clean air. This is a 1.53 mile intermediate track. Track temp pretty high today, 105 degrees, while air temp is 68, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. It should be a hot, slick track. You guys have both raced here before in the GEC League. What's your takeaways here from Chicagoland?
Don't heat the tires up on the first couple of laps. If you heat the tires up in the first couple of laps, you pay for it the whole entire stint. How about you, Jessica?
I would have to agree with that. You need to save your tires here.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a look
Shane,
at... Oh, I was just going to say...
do you prefer the top line or the low line here?
You know, I think if you're at a track where you have the option, I like to go top. Yeah. It's just it just always seems like you can catch that driver. There's always somebody in the middle lane, and you can just blow by them on the outside coming out of turn 2. We're taking a look at the top 10 drivers in practice tonight. And John Boy Hughes and Landon Cano at the top of the board, almost a 31 flat. We're just now wrapped up. Qualifying drivers are going to be getting onto the grid. And we'll start running through our starting lineup tonight. We've got a new starting grid graphic to try out, so hopefully it works. There we go. We've got Josh Eller and Michael Boyd on the front row. Eller picking up the pole for Georgia Line Racing. Then Jacob Hughes and Landon Cano. We saw they were top of the boards in practice. They're in row 2. Jamie Griffin and Ryan Moutre. Oh, you're going to have to check that name for me if I get it wrong tonight. John Boy Hughes in 7th and Bryce Borer in 8th. That's going to be Klaus Brahm and Kenneth Gallman rounding out your top 10 starting positions. Then Walt Sahadak and Dakota Osborne in row 6, followed by Curtis Sabron and Ryan Elzey in row 7. Robert Weibel and Josh Ryder out there in row 8. Aaron Martin and Johnny Jones in row 9. Then John Anthony and Stephen Hayes in row 10. David Culleton and Marcus Chafin in row 11. Kyle Simmons and Scott Prim in row 12. Then Jess Childs. Jess, you're not in the race. You're up in the booth with us. And somehow
Yeah.
Seawright still starting behind you. Ryan Jones and Wesley Lister in row 14. Man,
I
that-
was running some laps earlier.
it sounds like it. The looks like the pace truck driver, he's focused. He's dialed in. I don't know if you guys can see him in there, but he's got his sunglasses on, his headset locked and loaded. I think we've got everybody now joined in that is going to be here.
That's an unusual start by the pace car.
He's just
It
making
went
sure that
sideways.
steering rack is working. So they're pulling off the grid now. Oh, somebody in the back went up into the wall and already looks like they towed to the pits. There they go. I think that was Seawright in the back in the 15. So 125 laps here at Chicagoland, home of the slide job. Seems like that was just yesterday, but it was almost how many years ago was that when Dale Jr. called the slide job in his first ever broadcast after retirement?
Yeah, I don't know that one, but
Pull those belts tight one more time. We're going to go racing here at Chicagoland in the Collateral Damage Sports Network Truck Series on the GEC NASCAR League YouTube channel. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Let us know who you're pulling for, who you think's going to win this thing if that's different than who you're pulling for. Also, let us know if we need to adjust any microphone levels or anything like that. We're glad to have you on board.
here
And
we
the
go,
green
guys.
flag is out. Josh Eller going to lead them across the start-finish line for the first time tonight. He's got Michael Boyd there on his outside. Then Cano
That's
and
a great-
Hughes.
Great start by Boyd on the outside. Takes the lead, but he was a little loose on entry.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of lanes in the corners, and then it's going to tighten up on exit. We were just talking about that pre-race. What line do you prefer? If you're on the bottom, you better clear yourself before you get to the exit of the turn, or you're going to have to lift and lose some momentum. Right now, that's 69. Starting to pull away already. It's going to be tough to build up too big of a lead, though, with the draft. As the 9 truck of Hughes looks like he's zoning in on the bumper of the 69.
I noticed Cano was a little out of shape then when he was pinching it down a little bit low there. Cost him on the entry. He's a little loose there.
That 57
Cost him
truck
a little
already up
speed.
5 positions. You saw Borer dive to the bottom and get around Cano and Boyd in one turn.
Oh, he's running that high line.
Right up against the wall is Bryce Borer. We jump on board with the 57. And you're going to see defensive games being played all night, day at the track, night on the broadcast, because clean air in the turns is how you make speed and get grip without heating up your tires. So right here, Kano on the bottom. He's got a lot of clean air in front of him, but Boyd working to the outside. He's going to take that position. That's for fourth.
Do you have a pick tonight, Cochran?
Ooh, that's
Who's
going to
your
be
pick tonight?
that's going to be tough. You know what? I'm probably going to jinx him, but I feel like our boy Jamie is due for a victory, and he is great at these intermediate tracks. I'm going with the 5 truck of Jamie Griffin.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pick. I wasn't game enough to pick Jamie because I think he'll do well also here tonight. You know, I think I might go for Bohr. Great start. I think he's due for a good race. So yeah, I'm going to go for him tonight.
Nothing wrong with the 57 truck. I mean, you say he's due for a good race. He did win last week at Phoenix.
Oh, he did too. Sorry, yeah.
I'm going to say. But yeah, keep the momentum rolling.
Sauber just put a great move on Jamie. I'm not sure if Jamie got loose, but
That 5 truck does look a little loose at the moment. Run through the field and see where the battles are. Getting single file out front. Right here, it's Osborne in the 79, John Boy Hughes in the 14. This is a battle for 11th.
yeah, there's a great battle going on for second at the moment between 4 trucks, with Cano right behind Boyd. Yeah, they're nice and tight here.
Oh, right there, you can see how the 9 truck gets loose off the nose of the 57, then up into the wall as he saves it. When you take that air off of the back bumper of the truck in front of you, it really makes them loose. We saw it live right there.
That was a good save.
Yeah, all this fighting over second is letting Ella get away a little bit. Probably
Almost a half
conserving his
second, yeah.
tires a little. Yeah. Just taking it easy out there. It's just so hard to get a really good break here. So if you start to hit the lead, you know they're going to run you down. So it's probably best if you just save your tires a bit.
Yeah, I mean, he looks pretty comfortable out there right now as this
He
battle
does.
for second continues to rage on. And it does seem like the high line is where you want to be. There's 2 IT and out esports groups. Teammates there. Kano and Saber on 5th and 6th.
We always see the IT and out guys formation flying, it seems. They're always together, whether it's in the Cup Series or the Truck Series. They definitely work as a team.
Yeah, and this pack right here, this is second on through about 8th. Sahadak running in 9th. He's trying to catch this group just behind his teammate Griffin in the 5. They're both in the top 10. Great start to this race. And behind them, it's starting to heat up here. This is the battle for 11th through 14th or so. 71 of Gallman, 79 of Osborne. And Elsie and Ryder and a whole pack of trucks behind them.
Yeah, that looks pretty busy.
Oh, 27 looked like he was going up into the wall, but he kept it out. Then a little further back, this is around 16th. They're almost getting 3 wide here at the back of this pack. Up front, though, it's still Eller in the 69. Borer trying to track him down using that high line.
Yeah. Bryce has got onto the back of him now. He's in his slipstream there now. He's right on the back of him.
We check our fastest driver over the last 5 laps is actually Klaus Brahm back in 26th. That doesn't... I wonder how he's getting those lap times and still not getting the positions either way. Bryce Borer, now the fastest driver out there. Then Sahadak in 8th, Boyd in 3rd, and then Eller. So a lot of speed up front.
It's interesting. We ran the ARCA cars last night, and I raced in that race, and I had a really good time with a lot of trucks. I was running the high line, and quite often trucks would be running the other ARCA cars would be running the low line, and man, we were just neck and neck for 10 to 15 laps with the same guy. So great track, great racing here. These guys are putting on a really good show too.
Yeah, 16
Into
laps. Good, clean racing.
Into a rhythm. Yeah.
Oh, I think Kano tags the wall right there as Boyd slid up and took away the air off the nose.
Kano had a nice run around the top there. Let's try the same here. It's a little bump right there that you've got to be really careful of if you run in the high line.
Watch right here as Boyd comes up, takes the air off the nose. Kano stays out of the wall, but behind him, Hughes slaps the wall. He's going to give up that position to Sabron now.
See, Walt's got onto the back of Jamie. These guys don't look like they're pushing too hard at this early stage.
Everybody seems to be just kind of content with what they've got so far. Let's see who's made the biggest gains. Sabron and Chafin both up 8 positions from where they started this race. And Bryce Borer up 6, Seawright up 6, and Jones up 5. Those are the biggest positions gained so far. And I just feel like Brahm must have had an issue somewhere in this race. He's lost now 17 positions back. He's running back in 26th.
Yeah, the truck looks clean. It doesn't look like there's a mark on it.
Yeah, I don't see any incidents for him either. That 57 truck is doing his best.
Man, look, he's in it. Wow.
Here it comes with a run. Is he going to stay to the outside? Oh, it gives him a bump.
Yeah.
And then tags the wall.
Hard to get back out of the wall once you touch it up there.
Yeah, I mean, the truck just kind of gets pulled into it. And then if you get a little bit of damage on that right front fender, then the arrow starts pushing you into the wall too.
Yeah. There's not a lot of room for error up that high. Got a great run again.
Take a look at our onboard camera with Bryce Borer in his sim rig. You can feel the tension there as he's trying to get to the lead for the first time tonight. Up 6 positions already. He tags him again. That's kind of the game you're going to have to play here.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a block by Eller. He's not going to be able to block him this time though.
Oh, 57
he
again
tagged
into the wall.
He might have. Might have lost a bit of speed coming off there then.
And these two are now 2 seconds ahead of third place Michael Boyd. The battle for the lead. Side by side.
Bryce has got it. Not for long.
You can see he comes down off the wall to try and take the air off of the 69 truck. It does look like 57 has taken the lead. He's going to keep it for now. So we look further back in the pack. Stitley Motorsports teammates Sahadak and Griffin now side by side. This is a battle for 9th place. They've got a whole bunch of friends coming to party with them from behind. Started with a 51 of Chafin. And you can just feel how hard it is to complete a pass, even when you get a run on the truck in front of you. To get there and then keep it, you kind of need some drafting help. It looks like Griffin there got a push from Chafin. They both get around Sahadak.
Yeah, I think whether Jamie wanted the push or not, he was going to get it just then.
Then ahead of them, Osborne and Kano now battling for 6th place as Sabron has gotten around them both. And that 44 truck making his way up. He's up 2 positions. Sabron's up 8th. Chafin now up 13 from where he started the race.
Yeah, wow.
Griffin continuing to fall back just a little bit now to 13th. That's Josh Ryder in the 32 Kubota truck to his inside. Gallman and Elzy out back.
Ella into the pits for Ella.
So that's going to be our first stop of the night. Just 28 laps in. I was expecting them to go a little bit further than that. But maybe with nothing but clean air on the nose. He's burning more fuel than the other drivers out there. Or this is a strategy play. If you were going to split this race into 4 stops, you only need about 25, 26 laps. And now they're all coming to pit road. A bunch of the leaders, Borer, Boyd, Sabron, Kano coming in. That's going to leave the 44 out front in the lead.
And if you don't have to come in, I think I'd be staying out for a lap or two. Just so you don't get caught by a yellow flag.
Well, this will be our first chance to see what the speed difference is from the start of the run to the end of the run. As now the 44 is on pit road. He's going to bring Chafin with him. That leaves Dakota Osborne out in the lead, with Jacob Hughes and Walt Sahadak, the top 3. Looks like everybody's getting on and off pit road pretty safely. No black flags for speeding so far. Osborne not coming in this time either. Now 30 laps on this green flag run. Josh Ryder and Ryan Elzy have come in.
Osborne, Hughes, Sahadak, Goldman, Hughes are your top 5, followed by Griffin in 6.
And as they run, the longer these other cars or other trucks stay out, the longer those drivers who pitted earlier are at risk. So Borer right now is a lap down. And there's going to be a few more going a lap down as they complete their pit cycle. So Osborne, maybe not the optimal tire strategy to run long here, but he's taking a gamble. Maybe catch some of these drivers a lap down early on and have a tire advantage on the next run.
There's definitely some different pitch strategies going on.
Yeah, I see Jamie coming into the pits now, and also Goldman.
Ooh, maybe Jamie wanted to come to the pits, but he couldn't make it. He had Eller unlapping himself or trying to do so down low. Again, our expected fuel window was somewhere between 33, 35 laps if you were in traffic and trying to save. So these last 11 cars that still have not pitted are going to need to hit pit road here in the next lap or two.
Jamie mentioning he's coming in again.
So Haydak is the leader.
So Haydak got his first win this year on the first race of the season.
Yeah,
At Daytona. Yep.
It was a crowd favorite win, I think.
Yeah.
Walt's been racing with us a couple seasons. Everybody was kind of pulling for him. It was his time, and he got it done.
Yeah.
Here he comes. Down on the apron. On to pit road. That leaves Robert Weibel out front for Dirty South Racing. He just made his 34th lap.
So he'll pick up a point, correct, for leading a lap there?
That's correct.
He's pitting now.
And Weibel comes to pit road. We should cycle back. It's about 26 seconds. Oh, no. Issues for the 53. Locked it up and hit that inside wall on the spin. I mean, the truck's probably okay, but this delay is going to kill him. It almost looks like he's stalling it out. That 53 still struggling on pit road, and then he's going to call the tow. And it's going to cycle back to Bryce Borer out front. Then in second, the 44, Ryan. Again, Ryan, I wish I asked how to pronounce your name, Moutre, before the race. You're going to have to correct me if we're getting it wrong. That Bucky's 44, that's a sharp paint scheme. I like that.
Yeah, that's a great looking truck. I see some of the Cup guys down in our chat here tonight. Menchaca saying, let's go skid mark. IT guy, which I think is Ellswick, put let's go Menchaca. Laugh out loud.
So now we're watching this battle for third. This is Eller and Sabran. Why don't we go ahead and do a rundown of our top 10. So it's Borer out front. He's got a half-second lead over Moutre in the 44. Then it's Josh Eller, the pole sitter, in third under attack from the 54 of Sabran, who continues to march forward after starting in 13th. That's Michael Boyd for Dirty South Racing, running fifth, and just behind him, Landon Cano, the other IT and out esports group driver, in the top 6 right now. Then Chafin is about 3 seconds back from Cano. So he's going around. I believe that car he's racing with might be a lap down.
Marcus has been pushing pretty hard all night.
Oh, no,
Marcus Chafin.
That's Ryder in the 32, so he's right there behind Chafin.
Yeah.
Osborne with him. This is the battle for 8th. Then rounding out the top 10 right now is Ryan Elzey. Jamie Griffin back in 11th. I mean, other than a few trucks, everyone is very spread out right now. We look trucks all the way around the track. This Jacob Hughes in 12th. Walt cycled out back around 13th. You know, I'm not sure he lost all that much position-wise. He was running just inside the top 10 before he kind of ran long on that gamble. There's John Boy Hughes in 14th. John Anthony in 15th. And Kenneth Gallman for Skidmark Motorsports in 16th. Then Aaron Martin is 17th. Kyle Simmons in 18th. Brahm now rebounding from early race issues. We're still not sure what it was. He's up to 19th, though. Starting to march forward. 7 positions ahead of where he had dropped to earlier. Jonah Seawright up 6 positions after starting out back tonight. Stephen Hayes in 21st. Ryan Jones in 22nd. Johnny Jones in 23rd. Scott Prim, currently the first car 1 lap down. Scott, one of our league sponsors, or he's sponsoring on behalf of the, I always forget it, the Fallen Firefighters Foundation.
It's a great paint job on that truck as well for Scott.
Looking sharp out there. Not having the race he's looking for, but got the paint scheme. It's a long race here. Still 82 laps remaining. Then back towards the front, we've got Boyd trying to get 4th place away from Sabron.
I was looking at exactly the same group. These guys have been racing pretty hard here. And kind of like what I said before, sometimes if you've got another truck or car that's the same pace as you, it's so hard to break free of them here.
Yeah, I would think at this point in the race, there's not much to be gained, you know, racing someone else. Like we're watching this race here for 4th when you're both 3 seconds behind the leader.
Yeah.
It's more about how can both of us catch the 57 versus how can we waste time fighting over 4th right now.
Well, you saw how hard Boyd was on it then, and he had to get out of it right at the end. Otherwise, he would have got into Curtis. And you know, that just takes a little bit of the good off your tires. He's got Cano pinched down there at the moment.
Yeah, these 3 just seem stuck together. They've got Eller just in front of them. Up front, though, the 57 still leading. And that 44 has been maintaining this half-second gap.
Ryan's doing a great job staying in touch with him there.
So we jump on board the 44. I mean, he's really only been outside the top 10 through that green flag cycle. Otherwise, right up front with a leader in reach.
It's interesting looking at that track map at the moment. We've said this before, but once they get into this rhythm and they've got a little bit of space like they have, it usually stays green for a while.
They're pretty spread out all over the place.
Yeah, it's funny, Jess. There's like little clumps of them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the numbers, and the drivers who pitted earlier definitely fared well through that green flag cycle. Borer and Moutre and Eller, they all came in around lap 28. And then if you start looking further back, drivers from 10th on back, they pitted 5, 6, 7 laps later. And that's going to be the difference in that gamble. Yeah, you might have caught a caution, but you've set yourself back behind the leader about, a couple seconds from where you would have been otherwise.
Yeah, it'll be interesting when we start our first round of pit stops, if it stays green, whether the guys that pitted later will be able to run the guys down that pitted earlier. And whether they'll pit early or whether they'll run it out again and hope for a yellow.
Yeah, I think if you're these drivers that came in early, you've kind of set yourself up. Now you've kind of tasted the victory of the short pit. I don't think they're going to give it up. The question is, how aggressive are the drivers who feel like maybe they got it wrong the first time around going to be? Or are we going to see some different strategies? Is it maybe a 2-tire stop instead of 4 tires? So we take a look at that last pit stop. Pretty much everyone going with 4 tires onto that first stop. So 52 laps in to the Windy City Whirlwind 184. We've been caution free the whole time.
Osborne has caught these guys. They went messing around and not lining up, and Osborne's running down and looking to overtake them all.
Yes, he is.
Nice run.
Yeah, so he pitted 5 laps later than Eller, just in front of them, and 4 laps later than most of them. So now he has the fresher tires. Has caught them and gone on. We talked about the track temp pre-race. It's still the same temperature, 106 degrees on the asphalt. Yeah, and Osborne now passed all 3 of this group.
Job. Yeah.
And this is the best racing on the track right now. Almost everyone else a second apart from most of the trucks around them. Up front, Borer now with almost a second lead over the 44. So he's stretching that out. And then it's a 4-second gap between second and third, which is Eller, who's now got Osborne in his mirror. Let me jump on board with Dakota Osborne and see what it's like to have fresher tires and chase down these other drivers.
And Boyd just wrapped up the got around the IT and out guys, so he's sitting behind Osborne here now.
So both of these drivers kind of using a middle lane. Looks like Eller drifted up, and now he's coming to pit road. As Eller gets it woed up. Our pole sitter is also leading the charge down pit road. Just 27 laps
per hour.
That run.
Yep, 50 miles per hour. This is the speed limit here.
We'll see who is going to follow suit. Borer had, I think, about a 5-second gap back to Eller, so I don't think he's going to feel too threatened by a short pit here. So now Chafin catching these 2 IT and out drivers. They're still side by side. Like I said earlier, I just feel like if they had tucked in and drafted a little bit better, they wouldn't be losing these positions, but they're racers and we're racing. The other
just
good
saw
battle
where-
is, sorry, back here around 15th. These three trucks of Simmons, the 14, John Boy Hughes, and then Gallman just behind them.
I just saw where Walt got around Jamie. So that must have been for 9th position.
A couple more drivers hitting pit road now. Ryan Jones in, Josh Ryder in. Chafin now makes his way around the 45.
44 is on his way in. So Ryan's pitting.
Oh, so is our leader, Borer. That's going to leave Osborne out front as Michael Boyd, Sabron, and Kano also followed the leaders down pit road. So if they play this out with the same strategy, Osborne, expect him to stay out another 5 laps or so. He's got 27 laps on these tires and on this run of fuel.
Chafin heading to the pits. So that'll elevate Sahidak and Griffin to 2nd and 3rd.
So if we are going to run green, let's assume the whole thing runs green. There's about 65 laps remaining. For the drivers that just hit pit road, I think they're really going to have to stretch it to try and make it on one stop here. Because they've been coming in around 27, 28. That's not enough. But for drivers like Osborne, who's still out there, he's going to probably run 3 more laps. That'll get him down to about 61 to go. And he's been doing 32 laps a run. He's set up for success here. A lot of crew chief calculators throwing up smoke right now as everyone trying to figure out what is going to be the strategy to win this race, especially if it stays green.
Yeah, Osborne's got a handy lead there too over Sahidak. He's got a 5.5 second lead.
Here comes Borer to get his lap back, so he's no longer trapped by Osborne's strategy.
And he's still loving that high line.
So we just jumped on board with Jamie Griffin riding behind his teammate Sahidak. They're running 2nd and 3rd, about 5 seconds behind Osborne. They seem like another group of drivers who have kind of committed to this go-long strategy.
Osborne hitting the pits. Hughes is hitting the pits.
So that's going to leave Sahidak in the 00, Laughing Llama Raps car, or truck, pardon me, out front.
He will take an extra point for leading this lap.
He will. I wonder if Jamie is going to take a chance to get that bonus point as well. If Sahidak decides to come to pit road, or are they going to stick together? So we see Osborne coming out of the pits right there. He's going to go a lap down. Here comes Boyd trying to unlap himself. Along with Sabron and Kano. Feels like those three have just been stuck together.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're going to split Walt. Boyd up high.
I was about to say, I hope Walt doesn't want to try and get to the pits right now.
31 laps this run for Sahidak.
Man, look at the difference in new tires. Those guys drove away from Walt.
Yeah, let's take a look at the lap time. So if you look at Sahidak, he's running a 33.61. And Borer is running...
Jamie's pitting, Walt's pitting this time.
Let's see, a 31.8. So it's almost 2 seconds a lap that you give up as...
Oh, wow.
Oh, well, just makes it down inside that caution cone and down to pit road speed. That's going to cycle Kyle Simmons to the lead. 33 laps on this run for that 74 truck driver. Right now, the 9 truck of Hughes, and there's going to be our first caution of the night.
Yep.
Lap 66, John Anthony, slow on track. Let's go back and see what happened to that 42 truck. And this happened right in the middle of the pit cycle, so Simmons, your leader, and Martin, those were the 2 drivers that had not pitted yet under this run. They are going to get a free set of tires without losing a lap here. And Sahadak, I believe, stayed on the lead lap, as did Griffin. They hadn't cycled all the way a lap down. Anyway, let's go back and see what happened to the 42. Just coming off pit road. And gassed it up too much. Oh, the camera just took it away from us. Let's try that again. Looks like, yeah, he just gassed it up a little too much, maybe on the shift there. And then drifted onto the track just enough for iRacing to throw that yellow. So this is going to shake things up. A couple drivers starting with Hughes in the 9, Brom, Hughes in the 14, the 42, Seawright, Jones, Gallman, the other Jones, that's Johnny Jones and Ryan Jones, then Prim. They're all trapped a lap down. And I don't expect Borer. I mean, maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe everyone's going to come down and top off.
I see Bryce coming onto the pit line now.
On fuel, and that looks to be what's happening up front. Simmons in. Eller stays out.
Wow. What a great effort by Simmons to get that high. And also by Martin.
Oh, and there was some contact under caution. See what happened here. It's on pit road. The 11 just slow. I'm not sure if he was trying to get into his pit box and couldn't make it. Kano makes some contact as he goes around. So the strategy now starting to play out. So 2 trucks stayed out on track. Sorry, make that 4. Eller in the 69, he will be the leader, I believe. I think these trucks in front of them are either going to get the wave around here or get sent to the back when we come back to start this thing. Osborne stays out. Griffin and Sahadak both stay out. Now for Griffin and Sahadak, I think this makes perfect sense. They were coming off pit road as the caution came out, so really no reason not to stay out. Osborne had pitted just 5 laps earlier, so he stays out. The gamble here is Eller. He had 13 laps out of the pits there to do it. That is meaningful because I don't think he can make it on one stop from here, and every other driver on track can now. Let's see, 14 laps would be 70 total. I mean, if he gets under caution, you gain a little bit. He's going to have to go 35 laps both of these runs. I don't think we've seen anyone make it to 35 yet. Oh, Simmons did it there on that last run. 33 on his first run, 35 on the second, as did Martin. So it's possible with the 69 going to be cutting it close.
So by staying out, Simmons was able to get up to 5th, and I see that Martin had a little bit of repairs in the pits on that pit stop, and he's up to 8th. But here we go. It looks like we're coming to the green flag.
Pace truck hits pit road.
Great
Josh
stop by Eller.
Back out front once again. The pole sitter has regained the lead through some strategy and gambling here. He's got Griffin, Osborne, Sahadak, and Simmons right behind him. Well, we jump on board with Jamie as he tries to take the lead for the first time tonight. And he's got to run to the inside of Eller.
He's got a good run. Powers to the lead to get that extra point.
He takes it.
Yeah.
He's all focused, though. We take a peek into his sim rig. Out front and starting to drive away as Sahadak has a little bit of contact with Borer. Too wide for a second. Make that
It's
3
pretty racy
wide.
back here. Yeah.
44 to the middle. That's Eller up high. Osborne down low. As Osborne heads down to the apron, I think that's the first time tonight we've seen a driver venture down there.
Ella put a block on Bryce as well.
The 57 dives to his inside now. It just looks like 13 lap old tires. That's enough to just drop through the field. So now Griffin up front. 44, a second behind him. Osborne now down on the bottom. He's got Board who is outside. He's coming with a run. He's riding that fence just like we've seen him do all night. Here comes the 54. He's peeking into that inside lane to get some clean air on the nose of that 54 and then tucking in behind the 57 to draft down the straights. This time 57 goes down low, 54 up high. Eller holding on to 7th on those older tires. Griffin maintaining his 1 second gap out front.
Yeah, Griffin's actually pulling away just a little bit out front. Stretched his lead a little bit by little bit.
Got a hornet's nest here back around 10th.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
There's Kano down to the apron on the front stretch. I'm a little surprised it took this long for drivers to try that. But
Martin
we've
down
been-
the inside there.
We had been pretty spaced out, so first chance for some of these drivers to make moves. Borer now to the bumper of the 44. Oh, he gives him a push. I can't quite tell if the 44 threw a block or if the 57 just said, hey, I'm not ready to make the pass just yet. He sets him up into turn 1.
I think these guys realize that Bryce loves the top, so they're trying to force him lower.
Griffin now 1.3 seconds out front. How long can he hold on to it? We've seen that 57 truck drive to the front over and over today.
Just under 50 laps left to go in this race now.
Some contact. The 6, can he save it? He does.
He does, yeah.
How about that? So Jamie Griffin maintaining that 1.3 out front. The battle is now heating up for 3rd as Sabron has caught the 44 truck. And Osborne still battling to stay up front. He's got just that 2-lap tire deficit to those around him. Chafin now making his move. He's on the high side as well. Boyd just to his inside.
Oh.
A little further back, Sahadak is inside of Eller. Eller is now drifted all the way back to 11th, and he's got a train of cars or trucks lined up inside of him. Some heavy contact that last lap between Anthony, Weibel, Hayes, and Jones. Take a quick peek at that. Right there, 43 and 82 made contact. There are trucks in the wall, but no caution flag. Heavy damage to that 43. We stay green. Seems like LZ and Jones, Johnny Jones, got the worst of that one that we were just looking
Jamie's still got a 1.3 second lead, so that lead hasn't come down at all. He's maintained it.
Now led 11 laps as Jamie Griffin out front in the 5 truck. More contact, this time between Chafin and Sabron. Or maybe they both tagged the wall. I don't think they hit each other. Sabron under fire from Boyd now. He's going to throw the block, though.
There's an interesting group back here with Martin, Eller, Colleton, Simmons.
A couple of these drivers trapped 1 or 2 laps down. Scott Prim is the lucky dog candidate at the moment. First car, first truck, 1 lap down. Yeah, I mean, we were worried about Eller making it on fuel, but tires are going to be the downfall for the 69 truck, at least on this run.
Did he not take tires, or is it just the drop-off of the older tires?
I think it's just the drop-off, yeah. If we...
Wow.
Oh, and he's coming to pit road now.
Yeah.
Not wasting any time as we look. Yeah, he took 4 tires, both of his earlier stops, then stayed out on the caution. And has decided to hit pit road now. So, I mean, he can't make it from here. This is kind of an interesting choice. I guess he was 30 laps on that run. He wasn't going to make it any longer. He decided, just give me the fresh tires and I'll get on with it. Borer now starting to eat into that lead of the 5 truck of Griffin. Now down to 1.1 seconds. And you can see him making that up. As we're talking, another 10th comes out of the lead. Borer on that high side.
The person I've been impressed with tonight is the 4th truck, Soberon. He's been steady in that position. He's been fighting away with Boyd and his teammate Cano, and of course Osborne there.
Yeah, started 13th, but pretty quickly got into the top 10. He's been in the top 5 most of the night.
I'm not sure if he clarifies as a rookie, because I believe he raced a couple of races last year, but a relative newcomer to GEC.
Yeah, having a pretty good start to the season.
Yeah, with a great team ITing out. I know these boys work really hard on setup for the race every week.
The lead out front, still 9 tenths. We've got a line of trucks here. Let's see, this is about 5th on back to 10th.
Yeah, I was just trying to look at the lap times to see if Bryce had turned the heat up a little bit on his lap time, or whether Jamie's feeling some fall off on his tires.
I mean, that
Maybe a
last
little bit
lap,
of
Jamie
both.
was 2/10 faster. But Bohr is now having to contend with the 44. So right now, Sahadak, the fastest truck on track, in 10th, and Chafin, Ryder, Moutre, and Kano, the fastest 5 out there right now.
And C-Ride actually has the quickest lap so far, a 31.443. C-Ride is in 14th position at the moment.
Yes, sir. So 35 laps remain. We're now just about into the fuel window to make it to the end if we stay green. Eller, the only truck who's come down so far, he's going to have to come down pit road another time. I don't think he's going to make it from where he is. So that gamble really not paying off. Now he's trapped a lap down. Not in the lucky dog position either. But look at this mess from 4th on back to 10th.
Chafin seems to be good on the long runs. He's as soon as I say that, of course, he starts to drop back, but he seems to be good on these long runs. Both Chafin and Osborne have the yellow tape at the front of their trucks. I think that signifies that they are rookies. It also should have a yellow tape across the back of their rear bumper.
Ooh, almost some contact there between the 51 and 45.
Yeah, Kano bounced it off the wall there.
And while we were watching that, Bohr has caught Griffin and gotten by him. Griffin, though, not going to give it up, and that's going to bring the 44 truck right up into this battle.
Great camera angle. That's awesome.
So we've got a 3-truck battle for the lead. Oh, the 44 gets really loose. Jamie tries to throw a block. Now the 44 is inside. 32 laps to go. We're now comfortably in the fuel window to make it to the end. Everyone who pitted under the caution is 26 laps into this run. So about 2 more laps if they're going to split it perfectly evenly. You can see the 44 is loose again, but fast.
3 different lines from 3 different drivers. That was awesome.
The 44 been fast all day.
We got some guys coming into the pits now. The 9's pitting. I think I heard the 44 as well. So at the 44, that would be our guy in second place, who is Ryan, if I heard that correctly.
The top 3 now single filed out. We'll see if they come to pit road right behind them, though. This group still all stacked together, 2 and 3 wide. This is the battle from 4th now to 9th. Osborne hits pit road. Shaking up his strategy. He was running long earlier in those green flag runs. And if you're in this group, you almost have to wait for it to cycle out for you to even make it to pit road without somebody right on your bumper. Bohr still out front with a 0.3 of a second lead. Now Josh Ryder in the 32 comes to pit road. We're riding with Chafin. Down low, 3 wide. Contact, the 45 tags the 54. Teammates get together. 54 into the wall, slowing down. He's going to use that to come to pit road right now. Did he make it down to pit speed? Looks like he did.
Yeah.
Borer and Ryan in the 44 are also in. That leaves Jamie Griffin out front. He's your leader. He's got a pretty good gap back to Chafin, about 3 seconds. We'll see if Jamie comes to pit road this time. And it looks like he is. So Griffin now to pit road. Chafin's going to come with him, as is Kano. It looks like Anthony is going to stay out and resume the lead. In the 42. Again, that 42 was the cause of that first caution tonight. First and only. Now he cycled back to the lead. Griffin, Kano, and Chafin coming off pit road now as our leader Anthony is going to come down to the apron to the pits. That should leave Ryan Elzey out in the lead if he doesn't come down pit road this time, and he does not. 26 laps to go. Just a handful of drivers have not made it to pit road, but Elzey is the only one on the lead lap yet to pit. Through this pit cycle, looks like Osborne got around Griffin by pitting early.
Yeah, it looks like those trucks are a second or so behind Borer and Ryan. I can't pronounce Ryan's last name, so
we're gonna say
we'll work on that for next time.
It's Moutre, but I'm sure as soon as we're done, he's going to correct us. But if he finishes in the top 3 like he is right now, we'll have a chance to pull him up into the booth post-race and ask him in person. Now we're looking at Michael Boyd. He's in 6th place, but he just ran the fastest lap of the entire race, a 31.24. That edges out Sabran by 0.05.
Because that it looks like that one wasn't assisted. In other words, it doesn't look like he had a draft.
I don't think so.
He did that recently.
Elzey now coming down pit road. That will cycle Borer back to the lead and wrap up our lead lap pit cycle anyway. I think David Culleton is still out there, but he is a lap down. He's going to have to pit this lap in the next one. So Borer, a 1.26 second lead over that 44 truck. Then it's Jamie Griffin in 3rd.
Well, I just looked at Boyd's laps. He just did a 31.296 as well, and a 31.3 before that. So he's really on it right now. Probably the fastest truck out there at the moment.
And Osborne seems to be slowing down. I mean, he only pitted 3 laps before these other drivers, but the speed is off on the 79 truck here in this run as Griffin has gone by him and Boyd is about to.
I wonder if he only took 2.
Take a look. I'm only seeing 4 tires all the way through the field, at least in the top 15. I just don't think a 2-tire makes any sense unless you can take a half tank of fuel, because you're going to be there to fill up the tank anyway.
And he looks loose on the outside.
Boyd now up to 4th. Just about 3.5 seconds between the leader and this 21 truck, who is the fastest on track right now. Followed by Sabran, who is
right behind him.
He's right behind him, and he'd be
right
further up if he
Osborne.
hadn't had that contact with his teammate just a few laps ago. But kind of timed it out right so that the lost speed just started his progression onto pit road. Smart move by the 54. Well, we do our team rundown here as we have 20 laps to go. Out front is Bryce Borer. I'm showing him with ALR, but I don't know if that's an official GEC team just yet. Ryan in the 44, no official team for him either. And the rest of these drivers you're looking at, Osborne, no official team. Then Jamie Griffin for Stitley Motorsports in third. His teammate Sahadak back in 10th. Michael Boyd leading the way for Dirty South as Scott Prim, Robert Weibel, and Ryan Jones all not having the luck tonight, but Boyd getting it done. Then Osborne, oh sorry, he's a no team. Then Sabaron is the highest running truck for IT and out right now. Josh Ryder leading the way for Titans Motorsports. Chafin for Tribe Motorsports. Then Simmons, the furthest driver for Outlaw. I think that 74 truck might have more speed than he's shown just yet tonight. Hughes leading the way for Georgia Line Racing. Both of those Hughes brothers and Eller were much further up early on in the race. These pit cycles have not been kind to them. Then Seawright and Elzy for JWR. Culleton and Lister also out there. And I think that covers all of our teams for the moment. As Borer's out front, he's got a half-second lead back to that 44.
Yeah, I was just watching the gap to Griffin, and Jamie got it down to 1.1, but now it's eked back out to 1.45. Boyd's driving pretty hard, and he's 1.3 back behind Jamie.
So it looks like the 44 was gaining positions until that last or gaining time on the leader until that last lap. Borer edged him out.
Well, Borer was got into the wall then in the exit of 4, so that definitely would have slowed him up.
Look at their last 5 laps. Yeah, so 600ths gained on the leader that last lap by our second place driver in the 44. Borer in the wall again. And that gap is inching down.
It gets harder to run that top line when the good gets worn off those tires, because the turning point all changes and you haven't got any room for error.
Now under 3/10 is the gap between first and second. 14 laps to go. This might come down to the last one. Looks like Borer gained a little bit that lap. I think the 44 is faster than him in clean air, but once he catches him, he's got to alter his line right there. He's down to that middle lane. And that kind of throws off the speed that you can get out of the high line. Here he's going to go to the high line as Borer goes to the middle. "12 laps to go."
You know, it's interesting looking at these lap times. Jamie Griffin's kind of holding his own there. He's about 1.3 back from these guys. And then Boyd slowed up now. He's 2.25. So maybe he pushed too hard on those tires a little earlier. And is that what we're seeing with Bryce? Did he push so hard at the beginning?
He's hard to the wall.
That now he's paying for it.
Yeah, major contact that time, and that has slowed him down. Here comes the 44 with a run.
He's been good on the bottom of the track all night.
I mean, he's almost down to the white line, too. Getting as much clean air as he can to get a run on the 57. Trying to break the draft now. As they swap driving lines from each end of the track. The 57 is scraping the wall every lap. It almost seems like it's on purpose. He is nailing these laps as hard as he can, getting every inch out of the track.
Oh, what a great camera angle.
Again, we're riding along with the 44 of Moutre. In the Bucky's Silverado.
Bucky looks like he's pretty happy on the hood there.
Yeah, Bora pulled away that lap.
He did.
Yeah, Griffin and Boyd pretty much matching lap times. No one's catching them. They're not catching these two. This is a two-truck race here with 9 to go. In the Windy City Whirlwind 184. The Collateral Damage Sports Network Truck Series. There it is again, Bora in the wall. Ryan gets a run. The clock is running out. He gets to his inside.
Ryan's so good at turn 1 here.
Well, the 57 is right on the edge of spinning out. Through the middle of 3 and 4, they both take that middle lane, and that is going to hurt the 44. No clean air as he comes out of the turn. Bryce now using the whole track all the way down to the apron on the front stretch.
Yeah.
Griffin 2.5 seconds back with a comfortable 2.5 second gap back to Boyd. It's all just between these two drivers right now, especially if we stay green.
So Bryce went high that time in 3 and 4. The other times he went low.
Let me jump on board with Bryce and see how he's getting around this Chicagoland track one more time. Now 6 laps remain.
Oh, he's up there.
Oh, you can just hear the tires squealing.
He's bringing that all the way down to the apron. Once again, very high.
Four and a half laps to go.
Great shot of Bryce concentrating on his truck here.
Just doesn't seem like the 44 has the speed left. Did he use up those tires in the dirty air? The gap
Jamie is
now over half a second.
Yeah, Jamie's 2 seconds behind these guys, and then Boyd's 3 seconds behind Jamie, followed by Osborne.
Bryce Bora comes down the backstretch. There'll be 2 to go at the line. I'm sure he's waiting for that white flag. Oh, he's into the wall again. Will that matter? He's got an 0.8 of a second lead over the 44 now. 2 laps to go. Can he hold on? Keep it out of the wall. Just a lap and a half for Bryce Bora. Can he repeat? Phoenix last week. Chicagoland this week. White flag in the air. 57 doing everything he can to drive away from the 44, and he's doing it. Now a second gap between first and second.
Bryce has our cameraman all scared on the outside of the corners. What a great effort. Riding the top line the whole entire race.
As he comes out of 3 and 4 for the last time, Bryce Bohr is going to go back to back here at Chicagoland after Phoenix last week. Checkered flag is out. 44 comes home second. Jamie Griffin in third.
Back to back Bryce. Great effort. Such a clean race. I think we only had one yellow. One caution the whole entire race. And that was only a minor caution at that.
Yeah, that was pretty great. We got to see a lot of green flag pit strategy play out. Then see them all stacked up once in the middle. Josh Eller ends up a lap down in 18th after starting on the pole and then taking a gamble there to stay out on older tires. And Wesley Lynch is reminding us in the chat, I think the 57 was your pick, Lee.
Yeah. Yep. I got a winner today.
As he goes to burn it down through the infield. Led 57 laps here in the Windy City Whirlwind 184.
He led 57 and he's number 57.
How about that?
And he back-to-back Bryce.
Back-to-back Bryce. How about that? Jess, what do you think of that race? Did we lose Jess?
We might have.
Well, we'll see if we can get our podium drivers up here in the booth. We're going to start with Jamie Griffin, our third place finisher. Jamie, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, man.
How about that? I mean, I'm not sure any of us expected the long green flag runs like that, but you did a great job kind of coming up through the field with your teammate at times and then coming home with a podium finish. Walk us through your race.
In the beginning, nothing like I had in practice. Getting around all those other cars, it was super, super loose. I almost spun out right there in the beginning. If you noticed, I had to save it a couple times. Wound up jumping me back to like 11th place or something like that. But yeah, I mean, after a while, I got away from all the other trucks, and I was just able to run my own line. And that caution, me and Walt came into the pits right as that caution flew out. We were about to pull into our pit boxes. I came out in like 3rd place. Walt came out in like 5th place. And those tires were fresher than everybody else's. So I was able to jump to the lead for like 10 or 15 laps. So that was really cool. I just wasn't able to hold off the speed of those two. So, but it was hard. It was fun. And only one caution. I'll take it.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Jamie, when you hit the lead there, were you pushing as hard as you could? Were you saving a little bit of tires? Because I noticed you got out to a bit over a second lead, and then you held that there for a while with Bryce running you down a little bit. But then towards the end, I thought I saw you just back off and just not push quite as hard.
Yeah, it was just the tires falling off. Once the tires started to fall off, it was a mistake by me because I noticed before that they were running that high line on 3 and 4, and I was running that low line on 3 and 4. In all honesty, I think if I would have ran that high line, I'd have maintained my distance. But unfortunately, I just kept hitting that low line over and over again because it felt comfortable, and they just wound up catching up.
Man, what a great race. One yellow, and truly that was just a minor yellow. Great green flag, pit stops and everything. Good job. Good race.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, we're going to have to remind our other drivers to head up to the booth so we can chat with them.
Oh, Bryce has just come up here.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Great effort there, Bryce. We called you back-to-back Bryce up in the commentary. Number 57, and you led 57 laps.
Oh,
A lot of
cool.
symmetry. Yeah, a lot of symmetry there tonight. Yeah, tell me about your race.
Um, starting from eighth, I didn't really want to force anything during qualifying, so I was comfortable with eighth and just had to really see how the field would play itself out and just run the course. And then I just found instantly the top. I don't like running the top unless I have to, or unless it works, and it just started working quick. So I just sent it up there, made a few passes, and then after I got those tires off, I saw my right sides really weren't that beat up. The right front with the right rear were just about even. So okay, if they ain't broke, don't fix it. So I stayed up there at the top, 1 and 2 the entire time. 3 and 4, kind of trying to take it easy there. It's a very smooth corner through 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is just nothing but hills. So trying to navigate the top over there is a little trickier. I don't know if you probably saw more than once just slapping that wall there, but yeah, I mean, eventually figured it all out, and yeah, just pit sequences. They all worked out for me. Cautions, I guess. We had that one. It didn't really hurt me much, so I think I had a good run there.
Yeah, Bryce, you not only did you run the high line, but you ran higher than anyone else. You really ran it very close to the top there. You got into the wall a couple of times, but it didn't really matter because you were so close to the wall that it was just a slight ricochet. One thing I did notice is that it nearly looked like you were struggling up there a little bit when Ryan was running you down there towards the end of the race. I noticed you changed your lane and dropped down a little lower to take the air off him a couple of times. Tell me a little bit about what went on there.
Yeah, because you're always looking in the rear view. You really try not to mirror drive. When you get somebody that close on your bumper, you kind of want to do something. I'm not the type to really try to aero block, but yeah, when I see somebody making the gains that he was making in the short run, I had to do something just to keep him behind me. I didn't really want to put any extra wear and tear on the tires that wasn't necessary. So yeah, I mean, a few times I saw him there, and I said, all right, let me try a different line, maybe shake things up a little bit, go where he is. Um, then yeah, I mean, it's just a product of it. You're mirror driving, you get into the wall because you're not focused on what's in front of you. So
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, it
yeah.
was a great run there. Actually, Ryan's a teammate of mine. I don't know if we actually made that announcement, but Ryan Moutre, Marcus Chafin, and Dakota Osborne. We also got Spencer Teal every other week, but yeah, we're a part of ALR, so we're all teams. We run
Well,
together.
well, that's a great effort. All of those guys ran really well tonight. Bryce, do you want to thank anybody here tonight?
Yeah, I appreciate you guys giving us a show to watch. You guys do a great job after watching the first 2 races. I'm looking forward to watching this one. Appreciate the guys in the administration department for putting this all together. Again, another great race. I had a good time. Good run with everybody, keeping it clean. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 cautions really is nothing. The ARCA League really not having too many cautions there, and then to come here and have one the entire night. Everybody, my team, everybody getting on and participating with us here every week. So appreciate everybody.
Thank you, man, and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, we got to get you set up over in the team roster in the Discord so we can get your logo on the broadcast and everything like that and make sure we know who's on the team for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Congratulations again.
Cool, guys. Appreciate you.
And I believe last driver we're going to talk to, I think, based on what Bryce just said, we got your name right on the broadcast. We were really nervous about it. Is it Ryan Moutre?
Yep, that is correct.
All right. Well,
Awesome.
we nailed it. That's the best news I've heard all day. Nothing worse than getting a name wrong for a whole broadcast and having nobody to ask. But yeah, congratulations on the podium finish. I mean, we saw you have speed all race long. You're up 4 positions from where you started. It just seemed like every time there was a pit stop, you gained a few positions and then you gained some more under green flag. Walk us through your night.
Yeah, definitely. Pit stops helped out a lot. Gaining spots there and just kind of staying in the pack, staying behind Bryce, and just to kind of staying out of trouble there up front.
Yeah, I mean, when you were getting to him, it sounds like your teammates, so you're going to be pretty polite, but he won last week, right? This one could have been yours. Were you willing to put the bumper to him if you needed to?
Oh, I definitely was. I was playing it nice there for most of the race, but then once 20 laps came, I was trying to go for him, but just couldn't quite get to him. So yeah, it was just kind of put the air at the right places and couldn't really get to it.
Well, we're excited for you. It's always great to see veteran drivers like Jamie Griffin racing with fresh faces and fresh paint schemes out there. Welcome to the league. Welcome to the community. I hope you all are having a great time because you are putting on a show for us up here in the booth.
Yep, I'd like to just give a shout out to the team back there at Dakota and Marcus making the paints. He makes everybody's paints there at ALR, so we're all trying to put on a show for him too.
Yes, sir. Well, we appreciate you. Congratulations again on the podium finish.
Thank you.
We'll hope to see
great
you
job, Ryan.
out there next week and the rest of the season doing well.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Wow, these truck drivers have been putting on a great show week after week. Barely any cautions this week. What do we got next week?
Oh, let's go ahead and take a peek here at our schedule. We're going to Road Atlanta next week, so going to shake it up right as you get comfortable with kind of a regular track, we'll call it, here at Chicagoland. We're going to Road Atlanta, then Bristol the week after, then Pocono. So a lot of interesting races. Then we're going to head to Richmond. So we've got 2 short tracks coming up, a road course, and that tricky triangle before we get back to kind of the traditional racing at Michigan and Rockingham. So that
Great
should
schedule.
be exciting.
Yeah.
But that's going to wrap it up for us here. Race number 3 in season 8 of the Collateral Damage Sports Network Truck Series here on the GEC NASCAR League. We've got Bryce Bohr, Ryan Moutre, and Jamie Griffin, your podium finishers. It was Marcus Chafin was the hard charger of the race, up 14 positions. Then Bryce Bohr led the most laps. It says 58 here. I think he got credit for the cool down lap, so it was 57 for 57. And then at fastest lap, this is showing Bryce. I think that might be a data error. I'm pretty sure it was Boyd there at the end of the race. And then Josh Eller started on pole, but just did not have the strategy play out for him after leading 25 laps. So your finishing order is Bohr, Moutre, Griffin, then Michael Boyd, Dakota Osborne, Curtis Soperon, Landon Cano, Marcus Chafin, Walt Sahadak, Josh Ryder, your top 10, then Kyle Simmons, John Anthony, Jacob Hughes, Jonah Seawright, Aaron Martin, John Boy Hughes, Ryan Elzey, Josh Eller, Klaus Brahm, and Scott Prim, your top 20, followed by Kenneth Gallman, Johnny Jones, Robert Weibel, Stephen Hayes, David Culleton, and Ryan Jones. I think both Childs and Lister did not start the race. And that is going to wrap up our broadcast here tonight. If you like what you see, like and subscribe. Join us on Thursday while our Cup Series will be racing. We're headed to Las Vegas this week, so it should be a good race. Jamie Griffin, your podium driver, going to be up in the booth, bringing you all the action here on the GEC NASCAR League YouTube channel. And we thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See you, everybody.
Sun's going down and the rig is on. iRacing is where I belong. Discord's lit and the drivers are here. This is GEC, there's no room for fear. Green flag drops and the engines roar. 40 cars and we all want more. Mash the gases, we're on the line. 4 wide and we're feeling fine. Drifting close in a slipstream dance. Taking the corners in a high-speed trance. Try oval side by side.